Okay, good morning, everybody. We're working on some ratios today. The important part here is we need to make sure they're in simplified form. So if you remember from last week, we worked on ratios. So this week we're going to continue. This is a really important idea, important concept, because 7th grade does a lot of proportion, especially when it comes to tax and discount and the interest rate and all that. So this is really important. This is why you guys have to tune in every day so that we can be awesome 7th graders. Okay, so those of you that watched last week's video or joined in on the classroom, this is going to be pretty easy. I'll put this video up along with a worksheet for everybody. So here we go. Let's just get started here. And the key is you always have to read the directions, simplified form. Okay, so Caitlin drew 1 heart and 21 circles. When I'm doing these word problems, I underline what they're talking about. It just helps me understand it a little bit better. That way I don't have to spend a lot of time looking back through the words, especially if they're words we don't need, because they do that in word problems sometimes. So what is the ratio of hearts to circles? So they want hearts to circles. So hearts has to come first, or it has to go on the top, depending on how you write the ratio. Now remember, there's 3 ways to write ratios. And a ratio is, if you can remember from last week, let me just write this up here. It is, you are comparing 2 or more things. Apples to oranges, hearts to circles. Okay, and then we have 3 different ways to do it. So I'm going to write all 3 ways here, and then you guys can choose which way you want to write it unless it specifies. Okay, so we want hearts to circles. So how many hearts? We have 1. How many circles? 21. So 1 to 21. So that's the way to write it as a fraction. The other way to write it is 1, and then the word you guys can never remember. It's with the 2 dots. That's a colon. 1 to 21. And then the last way is using the word 2, just like they did here. So 1 to 21. They all say the same thing. Now the important part, don't forget to look in your directions, simplify it. Can you simplify this ratio, the one that looks like a fraction? Fractions and ratios, same thing. Okay? No, we can't simplify this because 1, the greatest common factor of 1 is 1, and it's not going to change it. All right, let's go to number 2. A group of preschoolers has 1 boy to 37 girls. So I underline or circle, it doesn't matter. 1 boy, 37 girls. What is the ratio of girls to all children? Now, you have to be careful with this one. Girls to all children. So they want girls first. So girls, that number has to go on the top, or it has to go first. So girls is 37. And if it helps, you can even give it the title, 37 girls. And then they want all down here at the bottom. So how many total children, how many total preschoolers are there? Because they want all. That means total. So that means we have to add these 2 up. So 37 plus 1, of course, is 38. Okay? So, no, that's pretty easy, right? Now, write it the other 2 ways. So 37 colon 38 has to go first. 37 has to go first because it says girls. Girls has to go first. Sorry, boys. And then 37 to 38. Girls to all children. That's exactly what it says up there. Okay. Next, we're talking about marbles. Now, this gets a little trickier because here we've got 3 different colors. We have a total of 27 marbles. 19 are blue, 2 are red, and the rest are green. Uh-oh, it doesn't give us a number here, right? So we have to figure this number out. What is the ratio of blue marbles to green marbles? Okay, so we know blue. Blue is 19, so we can put that on the top. And I'm going to put blue right here. And then green goes on the bottom. Well, we never figured out how many green. So let's figure that out. There's 27 total, 19 blue, and 2 red. So what are we going to do here? We're going to have to do a couple of things, right? Because we need to figure out, we know there's 27 total. So 19, and what do we do with the 2? Yeah, we're going to have to add those. So that's 21. And we need to figure out green. So what do we do with the 21 and the 27 to figure out the green? So we have to subtract, right? So 27 minus 21 is 6. So that's how many green marbles we have. Now if you need to check that, just add the 6 to the 2, that's 8. 8 and 19, 27. So that gives you your 27 marbles. Okay? So now we can write it the 2 ways. 19 colon 6 and 19 to 6. Stays the same. Blue, 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 always first, and then green. Green, green, and green. Now, can we simplify 19 6? No, we can't because the greatest common factor is 1. All right, let's do number 4. Number 4 looks like, let me get a different color here. You guys know how I am with my colors. All right, a herd of 26 horses. So that's your total. Has 3 white and some black horses. What is the ratio of black horses to all horses? Well, we don't know black horses. So we want black, they want black first and all second. So I'm going to do black to all. So all is 26. We can do that one. But what about black? What are we going to do? What do we have to do to figure out how many black horses? This one's much easier than the marbles one. Okay, so we know there's 3 white. So how many black horses would be left over? If we subtract 3 from 26, we get 23. So there are 23 black horses to 26 total horses. And then we have to write it the other 2 ways. And can we simplify this? No, we can't. 23 is prime, and there's no common factor for 23 and 26. So we write 23 black horses, colon, 26, and then 23 to 26. Okay. 2 more really quick, and then we'll be done, and you guys should be ready to work on the worksheet for today. Okay, let's see. To green, because it'll be easier for you guys to see. All right, a group of preschoolers. Oh, back to our preschoolers. Has 10 boys and 9 girls. What is the ratio of girls to all children? Okay, so girls is going to come first. Girls to all. So how many girls? We've got 9. How many total? So if we add 10 and 9, we get 19. Still can't simplify it. It's interesting, this worksheet I said to simplify everything. We haven't had to simplify one yet. All right, and then we just write it the other two ways. Girls is 9. To total kids is 19. And then 9 to 19. All right, last problem. Jason drew 6 hearts and 26 circles. Hearts, circles. What is the ratio of hearts to circles? Okay, they could say total shapes here, right? But they didn't. They just said hearts to circles, so we don't have to add or subtract anything here. Okay, so let me do hearts. Always check to see what goes first. Hearts over circles, and they'll switch them on you. They'll switch them on you like they did in, which one was it? Oh, not on this page. They didn't switch any of them, but sometimes they'll switch these two just to mess with you. All right, so 6 hearts to 26 circles. Now, can we simplify that one? What is our giant 1? What is our greatest common factor of 6 and 26? That is 2. That's our giant 1. So we divide by 2 over 2, and we get 3/13. So for every 3 hearts he draws 13 circles. Okay? And then write it as a ratio the other two ways. So, and leave it simplified after you do it here. So 3:13, and then 3 to 13. Okay, join me for our Zoom lesson today. If you have any questions, or no, join me for my Zoom lesson today, and this should help so you won't have too many questions. All right, we'll see you guys then.